Okay. Gun High School, although it is different in many ways than most high schools, has several aspects that are similar to those of every other high school. Take, for example, listening to music. Music has been shown to affect the mind's ability to do certain tasks. Here at Gun, some people choose to listen to music because they claim it helps them or they just like it, while others say it is distracting.
Background research has revealed a widely cited study called the Mozart effect, in which researchers tested spatial temporal reasoning. This is basically people's short-term ability to do tasks. The research has shown an increase in their abilities when they were listening to classical music, but it has not been a very large improvement.
We want to compare the times that the students take to solve mazes while listening to classical music and without listening to music.
The overall objective is to see if students' maze solving times improve significantly if they listen to classical music. So we want to prove the alternative hypothesis that the true mean time of maze completion for Gun High School students without music does not equal the mean time with music. We can do this by disproving the null hypothesis, that the true mean time of maze completion by Gun High School students without music equals the true mean time with music.
We used a pencil, 40 copies of an intermediate maze printed on one side of a piece of paper, a laptop that played Serenade for Winds in E-flat by Strauss, and a stopwatch on a phone.
There were many variables that we had to account for to minimize bias. First of all, the amount of exterior noise can be distracting for test takers and can also vary at times. To standardize the amount of exterior noise, we conducted the maze test in one of the study rooms in the library.
We used a random number generator to assign participants into music or non-music groups to mitigate intellectual bias.
The experiments took place at approximately the same time of day for both groups, thus nullifying any bias caused by one's daily internal clock, which could make them less productive at certain times.
We standardized the visual distractions by using the same study room in the library and seating them in the same chair to test each participant. We exited the room while the participants worked in the case that our presence was distracting.
First, we entered all the names of the 40 participants we chose ourselves onto a list. We let the number 0 to represent music and the number 1 to represent no music. Using a random number generator, we assigned each person with a number, 0 or 1. Once exactly half of the participants were assigned to either 0 or to 1, we stopped generating and assigned the remaining participants a number to even it out. This divided the participants into 2 equal groups.
We brought each subject into the study room in the library individually and gave them a maze face down. This participant was assigned no music. The proctor left the room, and the subject took the maze test once the proctor gave the signal, starting the stopwatch.
Participants flipped the maze over to signal that they were done, and the proctor stopped the stopwatch. The proctor recorded the times that the subject took to finish the maze. This next participant was assigned music. The proctor took the same steps, except he started the music along with telling the participant to start and starting the stopwatch.
We collected the data and put it into a spreadsheet and performed a 2-sample t-test. We found that the p-value was 0.395197. Since this value is greater than 0.05, there is not statistically significant evidence to reject HO. We concluded that the true mean time of maze completion by Gun High students without music is equal to the true mean time with music.
Confounding variables. People may have been distracted by activities happening outside and people walking by the room. Also, the room was not entirely soundproof, so there still might have been some sound that could have distracted people while taking the quiz. We may not have all played the music at the same sound level, so it may have been more or less distracting for the people.
Lurking variables. Some people are naturally a little bit faster than others. The proctor may cause a subject to feel nervous or under pressure. The proctors may have started the music at different times of the song, so subjects may have listened to different tempos or speeds of the music.
What we would do differently. We would use noise-canceling headphones to cut off all sound and organize a set time and place for everyone to meet up and then test individually. We would randomize our selection of people by SRSing the gun population.